Ryland, you are going to come back and talk to our members coming up in March, and you're going to be talking about the consultative mindset. What is the consultative mindset? Why should that matter to business analysis professionals?
It's a good question. I think it comes up, and it comes up in things a lot because, we run into this concept of the commodity BA and the expert BA, and we all want to set ourselves apart a certain amount. And the thing I find people want the most out of a consulting BA is that thought partnership and a big, broad range of skills that are also deep and used the right way. But the mindset is the thing that gets you there to begin with. So we were going to talk about how that looks for BAs today. And today we're just giving a little brief intro to that because the whole session is going to be with the IIBA later or in early March. So we're going to talk about that in a minute. But so we're going to go into it. This is kind of how I start to see it when I look at it, right? You're a BA or something related, whatever your title is, whether it's product owner or something else. You're the person who might be the only person who I'm asking why, right? You're thinking both problems and solutions as opposed to just walking in with, this is all I want to build. I want to do this thing. And you got to remember that all of this work is done by people. So people skills are a big deal, and we're going to talk about that again in a minute. And I think the other thing about being a really strong consultant BA is to have this edge for action, to know that there is a point at which you've talked enough and now we need to do something. Because even inside your company, BAs are at risk for being seen as those analysis paralysis people. They want to figure everything out before they do anything at all. And that doesn't always work well for us, I think. So is that lining up with what you're seeing people think about when they come to this, Susan?
It is, and I think it answers that hard to define set of skills, qualities, abilities that you have to have in order to make that jump from the commodity BA into that business analysis professional. That consultative mindset, I think it's a good way to think about those skills that you need to improve in order to make that jump.
Yeah. So the thing we find also in this, when you and I have talked about it separate, so I hate to say it's like the royal we, is you need to be seen as an expert. So what does that mean? Because expertise is different all over the place. We're going to talk about this in detail in the session. We're going to cover one of these points in one more slide. Then we're going to stop and make sure everybody's got the time and date for the session. So you got to have a strong passion for your work. Things are just easier when you know what your passion is and what motivates you in doing all of this. Like I said, you got to know that work is done by people. You got to have a process and be able to explain it because that lets everybody participate with you in it. Otherwise, they just think you're that person who's asking questions and they don't know what you're doing. They don't know what you're spending your time on. Again, that broad and deep set of tools. And we got to focus on that business value for stakeholders, right? There's a lot underneath that. Let me cover that one last point, and then I'm going to turn it back to you, Susan. I just feel this impulse to talk about this one for a minute. I like to talk about this in that context of talking about bicycles. And this was an early lesson in my in skills and in dealing with people early in my career. If you have a bicycle that's either of the ones on the outsides of this picture, it's off balance, right? Little wheel, big wheel, it's harder to ride. And it won't get you as far for most purposes, right? We know the modern bicycle is the one in the middle. Why is this connecting? We've all worked with people somewhere in our career that have one of two situations. They're tremendously professionally skilled as a programmer or an analyst or whatever it is they're a subject matter expert in. They're absolutely fantastic. But that people skills thing makes them the person you last want to call. You will work extra to not have to call them, despite the fact that they are an expert in their topic. And then you got the other one, which is, I kind of look at this as, this is the Homer Simpson of the world. They're fun at parties. They could be fun to be around, but any work they're going to do, you're just going to have to do it again. You'd rather they not do any work. And the problem is at work, that makes your life harder. So those two things I think are the big deal. We're going to talk in this session about how you have to balance to be a real expert, those people and technical or professional BA skills, right? Having those skills is great. The people skills are what let you use those skills in the room with the other people that you make change with. Susan?
Yeah, this is a great point because our, members that are, business analysis professionals, as they're looking from making that jump from where they are at the beginning of their career and moving up, I know that we get asked about techniques and things like that, but really that thing that will take you to the next level is people skills in particular. But it's these soft skills. And I think it's one thing to say work on your soft skills, but I think what you're going to do in this webinar is give people real examples. And I think that's the thing that many times our members want to hear about. Describe to me what this looks like. So that's what we're going to talk about in the consultative mindset, which I think is it's great for anybody at any level that wants to move up.
Yeah. And that'll be on March 9th, 2022 at noon Eastern time. It'll be, I think, recorded that members will be able to see it again later, but please join us for it. We're going to do a little quiz stuff ahead. Keep an eye out for that if you register. I'm real excited to be talking about this one with everybody. I'm looking forward to it a lot.
Yeah, we're happy to have you.
Thank you.
And so we'll see everybody there.
Okay. Bye, everybody. See you there.
Bye.
Hey, folks. Thanks for sticking around for a second. Just wanted to let you know about the user story workshop I'm holding on April 21st. The link is below. Take a look. I keep getting questions on how to do user stories. I'm still at that spot where people struggle with this. I get the struggle. I get it's real. There's a lot of reinforcing of bad behavior out there. If you're interested in this, if you're struggling with how to write a good user story that the team can really take advantage of, take a look at the workshop, see if it fits your schedule, and the recording from that will be available for a month after, as long as you've signed up. Thanks. I hope to see you there.